Hello! I'm going to do a quick review, and this is just a quick one. I'm reviewing this, hence the funny blue glow to everything. This is the Philips myLiving Colour Your World with Light. 1 meter of RGB LEDs, and the idea is that you stick them to items around the house, behind speakers, behind your telly, behind a cabinet, under a cabinet, in the kitchen maybe, and it provides a light, an up light or a down light or something. Now, the reason I bring this into view is that this is the box, and the most significant thing in it is really the massive manual and poster set that's in there, which is fine, but a bit over the top. I mean, really, do I need to know all these safety symbols? Not really, because it comes with a plug, which we'll see in a moment. So what do you get for your money? Well, you get a circlet of RGB LEDs for a start, and you get 1 meter of these, and you can cut them off at the marked positions, which is not what I'm doing now, and you can spread them out. Now, they are already applied with a 3M adhesive, so it's a quality adhesive. I'm not going to knock the adhesive. I haven't used it yet, as you can tell. I'm literally just opening them, fiddly as it is. There we go. So that's what you get. Okay, and they're, standardly interspersed. And can you just see? You can just make it out on my thingy where I'm holding the light. But can you just see it says scissors, cut at these points, and that gives you the section. So the smallest section you can have, and I don't know why you would, is literally 3 LEDs, and then the next 3, and then the next 3, up to 1 meter. So this is only 1 meter, and it is, to be fair, 1 meter. The top is a quite nice spongy rubber. It's not directly onto the LEDs. You have got a cover on them. It's a spongy effect, so it gives you a nice sort of underwater effect to them, and it gives them a bit of robustness that being directly on the paper backing wouldn't normally give you, the tape backing rather. So the capacitors and the LEDs themselves, the resistors rather, are all sort of in there and well hidden from you. These are actually the dark marks. Can you see them? Not the dark mark in the Harry Potter sense, obviously, but the dark marks are the electronics on the tape. The rear is just the 3M adhesive strip, and you can just piddle it off like so, and it's very, very sticky. Now mine came slightly undone at the end, so it's slightly less sticky at the end, so that end piece will not stick anymore, but hey ho. So what about the other end? The other end just leads into the power cord, literally. Okay, and on the cord, which we'll see in a moment, is a controller, and the controller has 2 things. First of all, you can hold it and shut it off. Okay, so let's just have a look at the build again. So you can just see the 3M on the back, the scissor mark here, the electronics on the tape all in place, and you can just about make out the rubberiness. I'm looking at the camera feed myself, but you can just see that rubberiness. It's a nice feel. It's a nice dull rubbery feel. It's not horrible, and it obviously lets them be still malleable. So the controller then also lets you turn them back on or dim them to different levels of light. Is that what you can just about see? So that's the brightest, and then it scales down and back to brightness again. And that's all that button does. So off or brightness. So off, you just hold it and they go off. The other button though picks you a colour. So you don't have any direct control of the colour. You are not setting the RGB voltage values. You are just picking a colour. Okay, so you've got a lilac. You probably see it better reflecting off my very pale face. This is actually like a white, but it's not a pure white. You can see it's the RGB elements of all the colours made together. So, that's fair enough. The next one's red, and then a rich yellow, and then a pale yellow. There's a rich green, and there's a turquoise, and then a light blue and a dark blue, and back down to pink. So it's not a huge selection. It's not even, well, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it's not fantastic, is it? It's just the binary 013 of everything being turned on, off, and switched. It's not. I don't know. It's just not as fab as I thought. So that's pure red, forget which one. Red green, sorry. Red blue, blue green, green blue, pure blue, green and blue on half and red on full, and then red full, blue full, and then all three full. You can actually see them, you can make them out. So what is my problem with this before we look at the actual controller? Now the build quality is lovely, the feel of it's lovely. It's 1 meter of LEDs. I've asked several dozen people at work how much would they pay for this. Now I happen to work in an industry where we use an awful lot of things like this, so I know how much this could, should, and really would cost with a fully compliant switching power supply. It would cost a third of what these cost. I'm actually looking on AliExpress right now that 5 meters of flexible RGB diode LED tape and an adapter would be £7.19. Okay, now that's interesting because this costs £28.51. £28.51. So you're paying approximately £20 for the Philips name. So if I literally unplug this and we have a look at the power, so it's a UK powered plug, Philips LED driver, it's got all the model number, all the information. So there's the cable to the controller, and from the controller there's the cable to the LED strip. So you've got longer on the controller than you have on the actual lit strip. That really annoys me for a start. I think this could be a lot smaller, because it is just a piece of, you know, wire in, wire out. It's not particularly pretty. It's not particularly nice. It's quite a large thing. If I show this out against my palm, so that turns the power on, and that's the one that turns the colour. And I just think it could be better. Obviously, this is a compliant and safety. I mean, it has all the safety symbols for, you know, a power supply. So I'm not knocking the power supply itself, but it's just made in China. It's a G17 made in China. I'm sure if I look up a G17 made in China, it won't cost £28.51, and a strip of LEDs won't be much more than a few pounds. So is it worth paying for the Philips name? No, I don't think it is. Even for this build quality, it's just not worth it. That said, would they be of use to the, you know, average home user that's not going to want to, you know, get the soldering iron out or buy things from AliExpress? Perhaps, but if you're on a budget, these aren't the option. So I'd say if you're after the quick fix, something to stick and finish a decorating item off, you know, a major room element, that's pretty good. Is it good for the small project, you know, a PC build, or just to light up a, you know, kids' room? No, not really. It's not the best thing for that use. To be honest, I'm struggling with the whole ambient light thing anyway. I don't know why it's such a coarse set of colours. But you can trust this power supply. You can trust it. It is Philips. So you're paying for quality, not getting that much different functionality, something that's cheaper, and really that's not a lot of LEDs for the price. That's just really not a lot of LEDs. So I'll leave it there. It's really a look to judgment situation for yourself. If your budget's tight, this isn't the unit for you. If you're not bothered about the price and want the safety of the Philips brand, certainly I'd say get it. But overall, I'm only going to give it a 3 out of 5 because it costs so much. And the limit of the number of colours is just not really that good. There we go. Bye-bye.